Okay. So yes, starting off laying on our backs. If you have blocks, books, or even just a rolled up blanket, you can lay back on those to just facilitate the drawing of the shoulder blades together on the back and the opening of the chest. What's going on here? There we go. If you are laying on blocks, the first block is pressed directly into the shoulder blades. Lengthen through the back of your neck and place your head on the second block. Same if you're laying on the blanket goes down along the spine, and you just want to make sure that your head is supported. We want our forehead gently above our chin so the body can sink into rest and digest. When the chin is jutting up above the forehead, the body is in fight or flight. So you can always just place a pillow or a blanket under your head if you're experiencing that, or turn your block up to the medium height. Wherever you find yourself, laying flat on your back is also fine if you don't have props handy. Bring your awareness to your breath. Allow your breath to be deep and long, to fill your whole chest from the inside out like a balloon. And as you exhale completely, sink into the support of the props or the ground beneath you. And just take a moment to observe the quality of the breath before we get moving. Notice if your chest feels tight or open, if the breath is short or long, if your inhales or your exhales bear more weight. And we'll do a quick scan through our physical bodies from the bottoms of our feet and the tips of our toes. Inhale and pull your awareness up through your legs, into your pelvis, your hips, your low back. Notice any areas of tension, soreness, general discomfort. Feel free to make adjustments if you need to, and then to use the breath to go into those areas. As you inhale deeply, gently open and expand. And as you exhale completely, allow some tension to leave the body with your breath. Next inhale pulls your awareness up your torso, into the shoulders, the neck, and the face. And once again, notice where in the upper body you're holding tension today, and use the breath to go there. Inhale, bring your awareness and expand those areas. As you exhale completely, continue the conversation of consciously asking your body to soften, release, and let go. Observe for a moment if one shoulder is tighter than the other, if it is held up away from the props or the ground a little bit more. And send your breath there, working and using the breath from the inside out to invite the body to consciously soften, release, and let go. Using this practice to become aware of the tendencies in our body, aware of the imbalances, so that we can use our awareness to make adjustments and bring the body back to center. Lastly, check in with your mind. Notice where your thoughts are at. Observe the speed at which they move through you. Allow yourself to take a big step back from identifying as your thoughts and begin to witness their passing through your mind like clouds through the sky, without getting attached or carried away, without judging yourself for what you're thinking about, but beginning to notice the habits and patterns in the way the mind turns, and bring your awareness back and anchor it fully on your breath for a few more deep, long breaths, expanding the chest in all directions. And as you exhale, consciously allowing the hardness of the blocks or the floor beneath you to soften the shoulder blades into the back body and fully open and broaden the chest. This is the alignment that we're looking for in the shoulders in all the shapes and always and forever. With the shoulders drawn together on the back, the muscles between the shoulder blades support the shoulder blades and they support the head and neck, softening the muscles in the upper shoulders that we're usually using when we're hunched forward. This hunching forward also puts undue weight and stress and pressure on the heart and lungs. So the proper alignment allows the heart and lungs to expand and function optimally. So we are locking this alignment in the shoulders into the muscle memory of our bodies. And with an inhale, you can reach your arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw your knees into your chest. And exhale, roll off the blocks or onto your right side body. When you are ready, press down with your palms to lift up. And come to a comfortable seated position. Connecting with the shape from the ground up. And looking for that same alignment, that stacking of the bones and joints in the back body plane that brings a lightness into your being and body. So both sits bones at the base of the pelvis ground down evenly. From that grounding into the earth, we get the leverage to inhale, lift, and lengthen through your crown, the crown of your head and the tips of your ears. And as you exhale, roll your shoulders together, down, and center of the shoulder blades hug into the spine. Feel the broadness across the chest. That action was like a game changer for me. Like I thought I was rolling my shoulders on my back, but I was still hunched forward. Drawing the center of the shoulder blades into the spine. And it's balanced by the action of the low ribs tucking down and back. Your chin is parallel to the earth and the jawbone slides back. So the neck stacks fully over the spine. We are aligning this internal antenna within us that connects us to all things. The heart is the center of the energetic body. So it's where the energy of you meets the energy of the universe. And it's the place from which we reach out and work in the world and connect to others and create. So at the most fundamental level, the heart is about balance. And the whole yoga practice is about balance. Finding the balance between all of the aspects of yourself so that you can be in balance and right relationship with the world around you, with the other people, communities, ecosystems that you are a part of. The heart is also said to be where the soul resides. This practice teaches us that all the answers we seek, all the gratification, all of the pleasure we seek in the world around us, we already hold the key to fulfillment and happiness in this divine spark, the Atman, that resides in our hearts. So all of this practice is about letting go of the conditioning, the programs, the lies, the bullshit we picked up from the capitalist system of the world around us, and remembering that who we truly are, what we have to contribute and share, is already within us. And it's just a matter of peeling back those layers and then like feeding it and caring for it and cherishing it and allowing it to grow and shine out. The element of the heart is air, associated with the lungs. And air has this quality of just moving outward to fill the whole space. And that's what we want to let this Atman, this divine spark at the heart, and the passion, purpose, love, excitement that comes with it. We just want to let it radiate out in all directions, all around us. We will do a chant today, and we're going to do this chant all week so you can learn it and get comfortable with it. It's one of the most common chants to do in a yoga class. I wrote it in the chat. Super simple. Loka samasta suki no bhavantu. And the translation is, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And the most important part, may my thoughts, words, and actions in some way contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. So this is an embodied practice that requires us to take this knowing that we uncover in our heart and go out into the world and share it and contribute and create in ways that are balanced with the needs and the creations of others, so that we can be active participants in making the reality that we want to be a part of. So we'll Om 3 times together. We'll chant call and response in Sanskrit twice, and the whole song once all together. Call and response in English once, and then once all together. With an inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale through your mouth with sound. Good. One more time like that. Clear your body out. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely. Inhale to prepare for the sound of Om. Allowing the chant to drop you from your head into your heart. Your turn. for a moment. Allow those vibrations to resonate through your body. Noticing where sound gets stuck, where the body constricts, and taking this time on your mat today to explore what this sharing of your essence, your contribution, your divine gift, what does that look like in your life in this present moment? We will take a moment to connect more deeply to our breath. We'll do Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing, to bring balance to the sides of the body, hemispheres of the brain, all of the seemingly opposing forces within and around us that actually work to create balance. So of course we are all full of contradictions. How can we utilize them to work together towards this vision? Bring your right hand up by your face. Fold your pointer and your middle fingers down. We'll use the thumb to block the right nostril, the ring and the pinky finger to block the left nostril alternately. First, just inhale deeply through your nose, lift and lengthen through your crown. Exhale completely, soften your shoulders together, down and into the back body. Block the right nostril with the thumb and inhale left. Switch and exhale right. Inhale right. Switch and exhale left. Inhale left. Switch, exhale right. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Pause. Inhale left. Pause. Exhale right. Pause. Inhale right. Pause. Exhale left. Pause. You can release your hand and return to your normal breath. Feel the effects of the pranayama on the energy in the body. Make note of if one side felt more clogged than the other. Remembering that the left side is the moon side, feminine, creative, intuitive, dark side. And the right side is the sun side, masculine, logical, analytical, light side. When you are ready, you can inhale and open your eyes. Come onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide as the hands become your foundation in this pose. And turn your biceps forward. Feel how turning the biceps forward rolls the shoulders together and into the back body and broadens the chest. If you can't feel that just yet, play with turning the elbows back towards you and feel what happens in the shoulders and neck. And then again, play with turning the biceps forward. We are always looking to create space in the body as we practice. Inhale, drop your abdomen down, arch your back, gaze up. Exhale, press down, curl your spine to the ceiling. Continue at your own pace. Sync the motions of your body with your breath. Use your breath to deepen the motions of your body. Allow that synchronicity to bring you fully and completely into the present moment. And listen to your body. Move in any way that feels good to you. Within the confines of the shapes. Always allowing your practice to be a playful exploration. And when you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips high, press back. Downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal your feet, sway your hips, move in any way that feels good to you here. Get your wiggles out. And then come to stillness. Connect with the shape from the ground up. Hands and feet are evenly grounded. Outer edge of your feet parallel with outer edge of your mat. As you inhale, lift and spread your fingers and toes. Stretch them out and ground them down. Feel how that action engages the muscles in the shins and forearms. Press down into the earth and inhale, lift the abdomen. Lift your hips high. As you exhale, take your thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. And let your head hang heavy. 3 more deep, long breaths. With an inhale, fold forward into your plank pose, pausing here. The hips at the height of the shoulders and then the tailbone rooting down. The abdomen lifts towards the spine and the back of the ribs have to lift to meet the shoulder blades so that we can roll the shoulders together and down the back. Extend through the crown of the head. Have 1 more big inhale and exhale, lower the knees, the chest, and the chin. Press the tops of your feet down. And inhale, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back, low cobra. Everything on the ground presses firmly into the ground to lift the heart and crown. The shoulders roll together down and center of the shoulder blades into the back body, even here. Notice if you're crunching into one part of your neck, drop your chin a little bit and slide your whole jawbone back. 1 more big inhale. And exhale, seat to heels, coming to child's pose. Allow the weight of the hips to settle towards your heels. You can sway from side to side if that feels good to you. It is that grounding energy in the lower body that gives you leverage to inhale and walk your fingertips forward. Breathe, lengthen space into each vertebrae in the spine. And then exhale. Soften more deeply into the stretch. We are going to work on the alignment and activation in the arms and shoulders here. And this is the same action we're going to do in down dog and in handstand if we go there today. So you're bringing energy into your arms, pressing down into the hands to engage the muscles in the forearms and lift them up away from the floor. Maintaining that engagement in the arms, draw energetically from your fingertips to the center of the back of your heart, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Keep your index knuckle mound grounded as you, again, turn your biceps to face the ceiling, rolling the shoulders back and creating space in the neck and throat. All of these actions, your arms are super strong. As you exhale, soften the center of the shoulder blades, particularly the outer armpits towards the floor. Have 3 more deep, long breaths here. Feeling how hard you're working and remembering that as you tuck your toes, lift your hips high, press back, downward facing dog. Nothing changes in the arms. Inhale again, lift and spread your fingers and toes, stretch them out, ground them down. From that grounding, we get the leverage to lift the hips, lift the abdomen, press your thigh bones up and back, pull from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. And as the thigh bones move up and back, the low ribs move towards the thigh bones. And the center of the shoulder blades move towards the thigh bones as well. So the shoulders don't sink to the floor here. They lift up and back. So you're opening your shoulders from a place that is aligned and engaged. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an inhale, begin to walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Come into a standing forward bend at the front of your mat. Let your head hang heavy. Shake it out, yes and no. Grab opposite elbows and sway, allowing your shoulders to come by your ears for the only time throughout the entire practice. Release tension from the back, the shoulders, and the neck. Let it drain out through the crown of your head. And with an inhale, return to center. And exhale, release. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw your elbows towards each other on the back. As you inhale, lift the abdomen, the heart, the crown of the head to come to stand. Tadasana. Good, checking in with your alignment, building our connection to the shape from the ground up. Outer edge of your feet parallel with outer edge of your mat. Thigh bones back, so the center of the buttocks comes over the knees and ankles. Then drawing the center of the buttocks into the midline to root your tailbone down, to lift your pelvic triangle. Turn your palms to face forward and feel how that rolls the shoulders together down and into your back body. That is the same rotation in the arms that we were doing in our child's pose and our down dog. And it's really important because if your palms are facing the back of the room and you try to lift your arms up, the joint doesn't work that way. We have to find this rotation in the upper arms. Turn the palms to face forward so we can inhale and reach up. We'll have a few breaths here in Hasta Tadasana because this is your template. With the arms lifted overhead, it is your handstand shape. So checking back in, thigh bones back, center of the buttocks into the midline. Reach through your fingertips and use that as leverage to draw the shoulders together down and center of your shoulder blades into your back body. Low ribs down and back. Slide your jawbone back. Ears are in line with the biceps as the biceps draw back. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with that third exhale, you can fold forward over your legs. We'll pulsate for a moment here. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. You can always bend your knees to touch the floor, but you're pressing into the fingertips to get that same leverage to roll the shoulders together and down away from the ears. As you exhale and fold more deeply, let your head hang heavy. Continue pressing down with the fingertips and lifting the shoulders up. Pulsate like that a few times. Inhale, gaze forward, get length. Shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold forward. Shoulders are still down the back, which is up in direction here. 3 more times at your own pace. Really feeling and finding this action in your shoulders. That is essential to our inversions, particularly headstand, right? And then with an inhale, gaze forward, lengthen, exhale, step or jump the feet back and come to plank pose. We're gonna lower the knees down for this first chaturanga of the day and really work on the alignment. The lift of the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades, rolling the shoulders down the back, extending through the neck. So those muscles between the shoulder blades are supporting your head. And in Chaturanga Dandasana, it's 4 limb stack pose. Our body is in one line of energy, and we're bending our elbows straight back just to 90 degrees. The Ribs still lift to meet the shoulder blades as you work. Press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, lift your heart, roll your shoulders back. Biceps turn forward, center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale, lift your hips high. Downward facing dog. Return to your breath. Pressing down to lift up. Drawing the energy in and up from the floor to the core, to then shine and extend it out in all directions through the four corners of the hands, the feet, the crown of the head. Pressing firmly into the palms to draw the shoulders down the back. Turn your biceps to face forward and create that space in the neck and throat. Take the center of your shoulder blades up and back to your thigh bones. As your thigh bones move up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. Have one more deep, long breath here. And with an inhale, gaze forward, step or jump your feet to meet your hands. Exhale, fold deeply into your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Check back in. Find that stacking of the bones and joints. And inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, round your palms, step or jump back. Lift the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades. Roll the shoulders down the back, extend through the neck. And lower. Keeping the back of the heart lifting, keeping the back of your head lifted. Inhale, lift the heart. Biceps forward, center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale, the hips high. Return to your breath. Allow the breath to fill the chest, expanding in all directions. And as you exhale, seeing where you can soften. 3 more deep, long breaths. With an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump the feet to meet the hands. Get length through your spine. And exhale, fold deeply into your legs. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground your palms, step or jump back to plank pose and lower, keeping one line of energy through your body. Inhale, lift your heart, center of the shoulder blades into the spine. Exhale, lift your hips high. Return to your breath. Scan your body from the ground up and notice if there's any places that feel collapsed. We do not want that, specifically in the shoulder joint. Pressing into the earth to engage the arms. Pull energetically from the fingertips to the center of the back of the heart. Turn your biceps to face forward while keeping your index knuckle mound grounded. And take the center of the shoulder blades and the low ribs up and back towards your thigh bones. Thigh bones up and back to where the wall meets the ceiling. 1 more deep, long breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair pose. Feet can be together or apart, but the knees bend in line with the ankles. Thigh bones back, stick your booty out to get low. And then draw the center of the buttocks into the midline to lift the frontal hip bones. Still stacking the bones and joints, even here. Fingertips reach up and biceps draw back. Soften the shoulders down the back and soften the low ribs down and back. 3 breaths. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground your palms, step or jump back and lower. Or come to down dog, your choice. Whatever choice you make, stay your awareness with your breath. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. And we're coming into a lunge. We're keeping our back knee lifted and reaching our fingertips forward. This pose that is one long line of energy through the body. Your abdomen is almost on your front thigh, and then it draws back. Extend through the heel, the fingertips and the crown of the head. Biceps lift up. One more big breath here. And exhale, release, ground your palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa. Or come to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, stretch your body. One long line of energy. As you inhale, you're pulling the legs towards each other, lifting the frontal hip bones away from the front thigh bone. And as you exhale, pressing through the heels, the fingertips, the crown of the head, looking for that 180-degree angle in your shoulders. Gaze towards your fingertips. One more breath. And exhale, release. Ground your palms, step back. Move through your vinyasa. Or come to down dog or child's pose. Whatever choice you make, anchor your awareness on your breath. Allow the breath to fill the chest on all sides, expanding you in all directions. And as you exhale completely, find some softness and some release. So we create the structure, the form. It is strong, stable, bones and joints stack. And that is how the energy can move through us fluidly and optimally. Have one more big breath. And then inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold deeply. Inhale, drop your seat, arms reach up, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. Again, inhale, arms reach up, drop the seat, chair pose. Thigh bones back to get low. Center of the buttocks into the midline to lift up. The leverage, we stretch through the fingertips and then pull the shoulders down the back. Draw your biceps back and draw your low ribs down and back. Next, exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, ground your palms, step or jump back. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high. And actually, maybe you want to scoot back to the very back end of your mat. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, stretch your body. One long line of energy. Bend your back knee. With your next inhale, fly forward. Warrior 3. Lifting from the inner thigh in the center of the heel on the back leg. Pressing that standing thigh bone back. Frontal hip bones lift. The biceps lift. Gaze forward. 3 breaths. And with an exhale, land back in your lunge. And ground your palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa. or come to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, stretch your body long. Exhale, bend your back knee. Inhale, fly forward, warrior three. Looking for that balance and evenness in the pelvis. Both thigh bones back in their respective directions. Press through both heels. Lift your frontal hip bones. Lift your biceps and gaze forward for 3 breaths. And exhale, land in a lunge. And ground your palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa. Or come to downward facing dog or child's pose. Wherever you find yourself, anchor your awareness back on your breath. Feel the pulsation of drawing in and shining out. Cultivating the balance and evenness in the breath that brings balance and evenness to your heart rate and the speed of your thoughts through your mind. We'll meet back in down dog. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands. Exhale, fold deeply into your legs. Inhale, drop your seat, arms reach up. Exhale, stand tall. Tadasana, mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, arms reach up, drop your seat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen. Exhale, ground your palms, step or jump back. Move through a vinyasa or come to down dog. Keep your awareness on the alignment in your shoulders and chest. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, stretch forward. Exhale, bend your back knee. Inhale, fly, warrior three. Gazing forward, lifting the abdomen, lifting the biceps. This is a shape on your way to handstand. Exhale, fold forward, grounding your palms under your shoulders. Gaze out to that triangular point between your hands. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Rise onto the ball of the right foot. Totally fine if you need to bend the right knee a little bit. Keep the abdomen back. Hop, press the left heel to the ceiling. Come in that warrior three pose on your hands. Just 3 kick-ups, playing with it, not overthinking or being attached. And then release, step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise, stretch your body long. Exhale, bend your back knee. Inhale, warrior three. Same position we're gonna hit with our hands grounded. Exhale, fold forward. Ground your hands under your shoulders, spread your fingers wide. Gaze to that triangular point between your hands. Rise under the ball of the left foot. Keep your abdomen drawn back and your right leg straight. Slight bend in the left knee as you press firmly through the right heel. Press it up towards the ceiling. Maybe you find a moment of lightness. 3 tries. And then release and step back. You can move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog or child's pose. Again, wherever you're at, return to your breath. Allow your breath to fill the body. And as you exhale, empty out completely. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And then we'll meet in down dog. And with an inhale, gaze forward. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands. Exhale, fold deeply into your legs. Inhale, drop your seat, arms reach out, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana, mountain pose. How you guys doing? Do you guys have wall space around you, or would that be like a giant pain? No wall space? Okay, then we'll just skip that part about the wall. I'm just gonna reset the Instagram thing. Here we go. Okay. Good. So at the top of your mat, hands on your hips, step your left leg back, right foot is forward, energetically pull your legs towards each other so that the hips face forward, and let's interlace the hands behind our backs for today. Root your tailbone down, press through the back heel, the back edge of the back foot, and the front big toe mound. Inhale, lift the abdomen, lift the sternum. Exhale, begin to fold forward, hinging at your hips. Thigh bones press back to lengthen the lower back. Frontal hip bone lifts away from the thigh bone, even as you fold forward. The arms draw together and down the back, away from the ears, and then draw more actively away from the back body. Let your head hang heavy. 3 more deep, long breaths. And release your hands down to the mat. Inhale, lift your hip bone, lift your abdomen and your gaze. You can keep your left hand grounded inside your right foot, or eventually take it to the outside of your right foot. We're gonna bring our right hand onto our sacrum. The sacrum should be parallel to the floor and even on both sides. Press your thigh bones back to lengthen your lower back. Lift your frontal hip bones, and with an inhale, lift your right arm up. Press out through the hands to roll the shoulder blades together down and into the back body. Chin in line with the sternum, slide the jawbone back. Maybe you gaze up, 3 breaths. Good, exhale, release. Ground your palms and step your back foot forward. Exhale, fold deeply. We're gonna do a crow pose practice. Slight bend in your elbows. The elbows have to stack over the wrists, so you have to lean way forward. That same lift of the back of the ribs to meet the shoulder blades is very important here. As you bring your knees onto your upper outer arms. Gaze forward, hug the legs together, lift the abdomen and the back of the heart. Have 3 to 5 breaths. And exhale, release. Forward fold. Let your head hang heavy for a moment. And then inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, come to stand. Exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Hands on your hips. Step your right leg back. The back foot is turned out slightly, but the thigh inner rotates to bring that right hip around in line with the left. Lift and spread your toes, stretch them out, round them down. Switch out the crossing of your hands behind your back. As you root down through the tailbone, press through the back heel, the back edge of the back foot. Lift the frontal hip bones and the sternum. And with an exhale, begin to fold forward. hinging at your hips. Pressing your thigh bones back as you keep lifting your frontal hip bones. Folding more and more forward. Draw your shoulder blades together down and into your back body as you draw your arms more actively towards the front of the room. Have 3 more deep, long breaths. And with an exhale, release your hands to the mat. Press your thigh bones back, lift your frontal hip bones. You can keep your right hand grounded inside or take it outside your left foot. Bring your left hand onto your sacrum. Thigh bones press back to lengthen the lower back. We want the sacrum even with the floor and even on both sides. Frontal hip bones lift up, and inhale, lift your left arm up. Press through your palms to roll your shoulders together down and center of the shoulder blades into the back body. Have 3 breaths. And with an exhale, release. Step your back foot forward. Fold deeply. Let your head hang heavy. And one more time, a crow pose practice. The wrists are as wide as the shoulders. Slight bend in the elbows, knees come onto your upper arms. Gazing way forward, lift your head. Lift your abdomen, hug your legs into your arms, lift the back of the heart. 3 to 5 breaths. Maybe you want to play with kicking your feet back and moving through a vinyasa. Maybe you're like, fuck this, and you just want to step back to downward facing dog and have a few breaths. And with an inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, rise and open to the side, warrior 2. Deep bend in your front knee, right over your front ankle. Inner rotate your back thigh and press both thigh bones back. Fully open the hips in the side body plane. With an inhale, reach up and arch back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, come forward and down, Parsva Konasana. We're gonna pulsate like that a few times. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, maybe the elbow comes to the knee, forward and down. 3 more times. And maybe the fingertips can come to the ground behind your foot. 1 long line of energy through your whole body. Last time, inhale, arms reach up, peaceful warrior. Exhale, come forward and down. You can bring your elbow to your knee or your fingertips to the floor in front of your foot this time. Either way, that back thigh bone is back. Hip in line with the knee and ankle as you press from the tailbone through the back heel, the back edge of the back foot. You can reach your arm over your ear here, or you can reach it around behind your back. Left arm reaching for the right hip or thigh bone. Welcome to stay here, or to thread that right arm under the right leg, eventually grabbing the left wrist with the right hand. Wherever you're working, 3 more deep, long breaths. Draw your abdomen back and turn it to the left. Roll your shoulders together down and into your back body. Release, ground your palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa. Or come to down dog or child's pose. Wherever you're working, have a few deep, long breaths. And we'll meet back in down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step through. Inhale, rise and open to the side. Warrior 2. Deep bend in your front knee, right over your ankle. That inner rotation of the back thigh that grounds the femur in the hip socket. Both thigh bones press back, hips fully open. Front of the hip bone lifts up as you inhale, reach up, peaceful warrior. Exhale, come forward and down, side angle pose. Inhale, reach up, peaceful warrior. Maybe the elbow comes to the knee, maybe the fingertips come to the floor behind your foot. 3 more times. And on that last time, you can ground the fingertips in front of your foot if that feels good to you. You can reach your arm overhead or reach it around behind the back and grab the left thigh bone or hip. Maybe you want to stay right here. Maybe you can thread that left arm under the left leg, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand eventually. Either way, that standing thigh bone is back, tailbone rooting towards the heel. Front buttock hugs into the midline of the body to draw the abdomen back and turn it to the right. Shoulders roll together down and into the back body. 3 breaths. And exhale, release. Ground your palms, step back. Move through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog or child's pose. Wherever you find yourself, check back in. Notice the quality of your breath, the tension in your body, the speed of the thoughts through your mind at this point in your practice. Good. And then we'll come all the way forward onto our abdomen. And let's extend the arms out in front for today. Hug your legs energetically towards each other. With an inhale, lift everything you can lift up off the ground. Exhale, extend out. 5 breaths. And exhale, release. Turn your head to one side. Gently sway your hips from side to side. You're welcome to take that same shape again, or to bend your knees and grab your ankles. Kick your feet into your hands, pull your hands on your feet to lift your chest. We want to keep our thigh bones grounded until our heels come over our knees, and then we can lift up. 5 breaths. We don't want our knees swaying out any wider than our hips. And with an exhale, release. Sway your hips from side to side. And roll over onto your back. Bend your knees and ground your feet in close to your buttocks. Press the back of your head and your shoulders firmly into the mat. They become your foundation in this shape. Inhale, lift the pelvis, your low back, your middle back. Turn your palms to face up to roll your shoulders under. Everything on the ground, pressing firmly down into the ground to lift the heart away from the upper arms. The heart is the focal point of this pose. From the heart, extend through your knees. From the heart, extend through the crown. Have 5 breaths. And with an exhale, release. Pause. Resist the urge to draw the knees into the chest, but you can sway them from side to side. We'll do one more back bend. You are welcome to take bridge pose, the shape we just did again, or to play with full wheel pose. I'll talk you through full wheel. Either way, we're starting the same way. We're gonna lift our hips first to protect the lower back. So the knees are bent, the feet are drawn in close to the buttocks. Outer edge of your feet parallel with outer edge of your mat. When your feet turn out, you're using your big glutes and you're crunching your lower back. That is not what we want. You can ground your hands by your ears, fingertips facing back towards your body. First, just inhale and lift the pelvis, the low back, the middle back, like bridge pose. From your heart, extend through your knees. You're welcome to stay here or to press down with the palms to lift up. You can pause on the crown of the head and make any adjustments you need to make. The elbows are over the wrists and they hug in as you press up. Continue rooting from the tailbone through the knees, pressing down to lift the outer hips. Have 3 to 5 more deep, long breaths. The low ribs soften down even here. Center of the shoulder blades into the spine. When you're ready to come down, you can lower onto the crown. Then tuck your chin and come all the way down onto your back. Again, sway your knees from side to side. And then draw your knees into your chest and rock gently from side to side. Massage your low back. And then begin to rock forward and back. Come up to balance on the pelvis. Pull your knees into your chest and roll your shoulders together down, center of the shoulder blades into the back body. That is our focal point today. Maintain that broadness through the chest and collarbone as you release the hands. Maybe you extend them forward. Maybe you straighten your legs, but you're keeping your chest open. 5 breaths. And exhale, release. We will take the left leg out in front, the right foot grounded in front of the right sit bone. With an inhale, you're letting that right knee fall out and you're lifting your right arm up. Exhale, fold forward on the inside edge of the knee and then hug the knee back into your body. You might be able to grab your foot here. You might want to stay right here. You might be able to reach the right arm around behind you and grab the left wrist with the right hand. If you have a belt or a scarf or a strap, you can also use that to facilitate whatever version you're in, right? The sits bones ground down. Inhale, lift the frontal hip bones. Draw the heart forward towards your foot. And draw the shoulder blades together down and into the back body. Have 5 more deep, long breaths. And inhale, rise. I'm going to give you lots of options. You can just drop that knee to the side, grounding the foot on the inner thigh. You could cross that ankle over your knee, or you could you could close your knee joint and bring that right foot all the way into the left hip crease. Whatever choice you make, the actions are the same. Ground your fingertips by your hips. Inhale, lift your frontal hip bones. Lift your sternum, roll your shoulders back. And exhale, fold forward, the heart drawing out towards your left foot. You are welcome to ground your hands by your shins to reach for your foot. Or maybe if you're in this half lotus shape, the right arm can reach around behind your back for that right big toe, and then fold forward, 5 breaths. Inhale, rise. And switch sides. We're gonna go in reverse this time. So you're taking the left foot to the inner thigh, crossing the left ankle over the right knee, or closing the knee joint completely and then placing the left foot in the right hip crease. Ground your fingertips by your hips. Inhale, lift your frontal hip bones and lift your sternum. Exhale, as you fold, hinging at the hips, you kind of stick your butt out as you draw your heart forward. And then take whatever variation in the arms you took on the other side. Maybe you just ground your hands by your shin. Maybe you can reach for your foot. Maybe that left arm can go behind your back for a yogi toe lock around those left big toes. Whatever version, shoulders draw together down and in towards the spine for 5 breaths. And inhale, rise. Ground that left foot in front of the right sit bone. Right foot is flexed and active. Press the whole midline of the right leg firmly towards the floor and ground your right fingertips by your right hip. Inhale, lift the left arm up and let your left knee fall out a little bit. Exhale, reach forward towards that right foot. And you're welcome to stay right here. Just remember to hug the left leg back into your side body. Or you can reach that left arm around behind your back, reaching for the right wrist. Whatever choice you make, we're grounding the sits bones down, lifting the frontal hip bones and the sternum. Roll your shoulders together down and into your back body. And then draw the heart towards that right foot for 5 breaths. Use the breath to go into the places that are tight and sore and stuck. And as you exhale completely, see where you can soften, release, and let go. Good. With an inhale, rise. Bring the soles of your feet together. Scoot in towards your feet any amount. Both sits bones ground down evenly. Lift the frontal hip bones. Roll the shoulders back and fold deeply. 10 breaths. Returning to the intentions, the divine spark, how it will be expressed, how you will joyfully contribute, shifting the gaze inward and spending some time there. Once you've had 10 breaths, with an inhale, rise. Bend your knees and ground your feet. Reach past your knees as you roll your spine out, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're gonna finish with Karna Pidasana, the knee to ear pose. So it's a version of shoulder stand. You wanna press the back of your head and shoulders firmly into the mat. Do not turn your head. as you ground your fingertips by your hips and kick your legs up and overhead. When the feet hit the floor behind you, roll your shoulders under. Interlace your hands and roll your shoulders under. Lift your thigh bones up and then bend your knees in down by your ears. Allow that to stretch out the muscles between your shoulder blades. Have 10 deep, long breaths here. Pressing the arms firmly into the floor. Lift your frontal hip bones. Switch out the crossing of your hands halfway through. And when you're ready, roll the spine out, vertebrae by vertebrae. Feel free to take any final pose your body may be suggesting it would like. Maybe there's a twist or a happy baby. When you are ready, relax, release, and open into Shavasana, final relaxation. Always an option to place your legs up on a chair or the couch to support the lower back. You don't have props handy, you can just take your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees fall together so that the low back is supported and the legs can relax. Return your awareness to your breath and allow it to fill your body from the inside out. As you exhale completely, residual tension, anxiety, criticalness leaves your body with your breath through your fingertips. So through this practice, we become lighter and lighter, more and more spacious, more and more able to be an open conduit to channel our gifts, our passions, our purpose into the world around us. Take this moment to savor any passion, excitement that you felt through your mind, your body, through your practice today. And begin to intentionally deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently sway your head from side to side. With an inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Give yourself a big stretch from fingertips to tippy toes. Exhale here. Inhale, draw your knees into your chest. And exhale, roll to your right side body. Pause for a moment in this fetal position where we all begin and end. And when you're ready, press down with your palms to lift up. Come to a comfortable seated position. Return your awareness to your breath and check back in. Notice the quality of your breath, the tension in your body, and the speed of your thoughts through your mind in this moment after your practice. Then return your awareness to anchor fully on your breath. We will seal our collective efforts by chanting Loka Samasta Suki no Bhavantu. One time all together. Bring your hands to your heart and bow your head in gratitude for the tools of this practice that remind us all the answers we seek lie within, and we all have something important to contribute. Thank you. How's everybody doing?
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice to see your face.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, Nick.
Hello. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, Vivian.